Welcome to another lesson. Today we're going to learn how to tell stories in English. I'm so happy to have you here. You know, I have to do what I always do. I need to say hello to everyone. So keep your hellos coming. I'm going to try and say hello to as many people as possible. Okay. Let me start from the top. Perfect. Nasims says, hello, teacher. Hello. Good. Nice. Honey says, I am Honey from Myanmar. This is my favorite time of the day. Favorite time of the day. I'm over the moon. Perfect. Wonderful. I love Wednesdays when I go live. They're great. Good. Maria, hi Arnell. I'm joining you from Argentina. Excellent. Thank you so much for being here. MD says, good evening, ma'am. Good evening. Julia, it's good to see you again. Nice. Nazir says, hey, how are you, ma'am? I'm great. How are you? Shirley, hi Arnell. I'm Shirley. I come from China, Taiwan. Wow, wonderful. Thank you. Good. Vitor, hello. Leonardo, hi. Mampy, hi everyone and hello teacher. Happy Diwali. In belated. Ooh, belated happy Diwali. Yeah, thank you. I love this. Patricia, hello, Miss Arnell. Hello. Let's do this for about another minute. This is great. Flavio, hi, Arnell. Hi, everyone. Hello, Arnell. It's very nice to see you again. Yep, thank you for being here. Kuran says, hi, Arnell. I'm ready to see your next video. It's coming. We have the live today, and on Monday, I'll publish a normal video. Good. Natalia, hello. Dalton, good to see you as always. Dima, hey, hello Arnell. Hello everyone. Perfect, I'll do just a couple more, because I know you want to get started. I know. Marcel, good morning. Arnell, greeting from Cusco. Oh, hello. Good. Okay. Phoenix, hi teacher. What is the weather like today in England? Oh, what is the weather like? It is rainy, wet, overcast, gray. Overcast means you can't see the sky. It's just clouds. So yeah, I mean, the weather in October in England isn't great. It's pretty miserable. It's miserable. Manuel, hi there. Hello, Manuel. From Tenerife. Manuel here. Wonderful. Last one. Mario says, good morning, teacher. Good morning to you. For me, it's the afternoon, but maybe it's your evening. Maybe it's your morning. Okay, if I didn't say hello to you, keep them coming. I'll try and say hi throughout the lesson. Okay. And actually, I want to do a poll now, because I'm not sure. Which one do you like better? Do you like it when the lesson has a big camera and small notes like this? Or do you prefer, let me find it, sorry. Or do you prefer this? Which one do you prefer? This is B. Do you prefer A? Do you prefer A? Or do you prefer B? Which one's easier? Let me do a poll now. This way I know for the future. Give me 1 second. I will do a poll. Okay. Which do you prefer? Ooh, I'm seeing a lot of B. Ooh, good. So A is big camera. Does that make sense? Big camera, smaller notes. Or do you prefer B, big notes, smaller camera? Does that make sense? So let me do this poll now. You should see the poll on YouTube. So A is this. This is A. Do you prefer A? Or do you prefer B? Which one's better? I don't know which one you prefer. And I'm seeing a lot of your notes. B, oh, it says B, B, B. Perfect. Brianna, seriously? Seriously? A or B, 2 options. B, everything is B. Okay, a few A's. Mainly B. Phoenix says A, right. Oh, So far, B is winning at 70%. So I'll kind of do it 50-50 today. I'll make my video like this if I'm explaining something that's not in the notes. But if we have to look at details, I'll do B. Like this. Okay. Good. Wow, there's such a mix. Let's get started. Keep the votes coming. Keep the votes coming. I'll kind of switch back and forth today. I'll switch back and forth. Okay. Good. Right. Let's go to today's topic. We see my pointer here. What's the best way to tell a story in English? We're going to look at some great vocabulary, a few phrases for real life stories. You know, when you tell people about your day, when you tell people about things in your life, conversations, when you make small talk, you're telling a story, or to give explanations. You know, there are lots of good phrases you can use to start a conversation. What's the best way to tell a story? You have to start. Good. Lauren says, mix is also good. Let's do that today. I'll mix between A and B. I'm still trying to find the best way to host these lives. Really, I've been doing this for a year, but I'm still figuring things out. Okay. Good. Okay, and as always, if you want the notes for today's lesson, become an English nerd. You can join down below and you can download all these notes later in a PDF format. Okay, let's start with my first slide. Let's do this. First one. This is a long question, but it's really common. I want you to memorize this question. Let's look at it together. Did I ever tell you about the time? Did I ever tell you about the time? Plus subject plus verb. You are asking if someone already knows this story. This can happen a lot. We talk to a lot of people in our lives. So, did I tell you about the time? Did I ever tell you about the time? You're introducing a story. Emmanuel says, the best for get starting a story is, so the best way to start a story is to get started. Exactly. And this question here can get you started. Oh, hello, Thomas. Honey says, I just don't know how to be an English nerd. Honey, under my video, there should be a button that says join. If you click on that, it'll give you all the information you need about becoming a member and a sign up button. Okay, right. Let's look at a few examples. First one, did I ever tell you about the time I got lost in Paris? You know, I don't remember if I told you this, but I want to tell you. Second example. Did I ever tell you about the time my dog ran away and came back with a necklace? Did I tell you about that time? Run away. Run away is a great phrasal verb. It means to escape. Escape from a person, a place, or a situation. You run away. Lots of dogs run away, cats run away. I'm not sure when you were a kid, did you ever run away from home? I did. I ran away from home for like 10 minutes, and then I think I got hungry and went back home. Third example here. Did I ever tell you about the time I accidentally set my kitchen on fire? Did I tell you about that time? And to set something on fire, here we have it. To set something on fire means you cause something to start burning. You use a lighter. This can be on purpose or an accident. The protesters set the car on fire. Yep. Here, I accidentally set my kitchen on fire. Helena, did I ever tell you about the time I won the lottery? No, you've never told me about that. Brianna, did I ever tell you about the time I went to a concert? Exactly. Lauren, did I ever tell you about the time I couldn't watch Arnell's live video? No, you did. I think you sent me a comment. But yeah, you missed my lesson, Lauren. Good. Julia says, did I ever tell you about the time I got on the wrong metro while I was there on a business trip? Great questions. Elvira, did I ever tell you about my neighbor's pit bulls ran over to our house one night? Oh, luckily I noticed them quickly and called my neighbor about it. Yeah, oh, that sounds dangerous. And a pit bull, if you don't know what a pit bull is, let me quickly show you. I'll X out of the presentation. I'll just quickly show you what a pit bull is. Pit bull, let's see if I can show you an image. These are pit bulls. They can be very sweet, but they're also used as guard dogs. So if I saw a pit bull running over to me, I'd panic. These are pit bulls. Okay. Good. Love your examples. Yeah. Maria, did I ever tell you about the time I was skiing and broke my leg? Oh my God. Yeah, that's a good way to begin a story. All of your examples are excellent. So some students say they don't have confidence to start speaking. Just start with this question and that will get the ball rolling. Dalton says, did I ever tell you about the time when we worked in the office? Yeah. Fida, did I ever tell you that I use Arnell's notes? Excellent. Yes. Use my notes. Perfect. Oh, Manuel, this is dramatic. Did I ever tell you about the time I was about to die when I tripped and fell down in the middle of a ravine? Wow, no, you've never told me that story. Good. Let's do one more example from Yunche. Did I ever tell you about the time my mom got mad at me because I went home late? Yeah, that can happen. Good. Manuel, metro, did you mean subway? This is a good question. We saw that comment earlier about metro. Subway is used in American English. Metro is very European. So yeah, people do understand metro, but in American English it's subway or underground in British English, but I hear metro in different European countries. Rainia, why don't you say, have I ever told you? That also works. This is the difference between past simple. So today's question is past simple. Did I ever tell you? But have I ever told you also works. They're both fine. When it comes to starting this question, they're both fine. Don't worry about the difference in grammar. Okay. Love it. Elvira says tube. When we're speaking about the underground or the subway, tube is mainly used for London, the London tube. That's my understanding. The tube is London. Okay, good. Let's keep moving. This one's done. Use this question to start a story, and let me quickly check the poll. And I will do A now. What's the poll like? Oh, according to the poll, and if you haven't voted in the poll, do it now. It should be next to my video. Or maybe here, I don't know, somewhere on the screen there's a poll. B is winning. Big notes, smaller camera. Got it. I think it's clearer for you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, keep the votes coming. I really appreciate the feedback. Nice. Next one, let's keep going. And I will do this again. There was this one time. There was this one time. This seems like such a simple sentence, but start using it. There was this one time, subject, verb. You are introducing something funny or surprising. You are about to tell a story. Oh my God, there was this one time. There was this one time. You won't believe it. There was this one time. And usually we're going to introduce something funny or surprising. We wouldn't see, there was this one time I drank coffee. No, that's too normal. First example here. There was this one time I kept saying the wrong company name during an interview. This isn't a real example, but for example, I went to an interview. I thought I was interviewing for company A, but I was actually interviewing for company B. Oh my God. Next example. There was this one time our school bus broke down, so we all had to get out and walk to school. Break down, another phrasal verb. As you can see, phrasal verbs are super common in English. Break down means an engine stops working. We're usually talking about a car. Cars break down. My car broke down again. Look at this guy here. He's stuck because his car broke down. Patricia, there was this one time I failed my math exam by 1 point. The passing score was 15 out of 30. Oh, I got 14 out of 30. Bad luck. Exactly. There was this one time I almost passed. Yeah. Okay, Vida, there was this one time Arnell read my comment. I was shocked. Good. Mampy says, there was this one time I couldn't get one word of English. Right, and when we're saying there was this one time, we're speaking about one specific moment. We're not speaking about a period of time. So we wouldn't say, in this case, Mampy, your sentence is okay. I couldn't get one word of English. Was this over a period or was this one particular time? Okay. Next example. What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done? Oh, there was this one time I looked into another room, but hit my head because it was a mirror. Yeah, that was embarrassing. Good. Maya says, there was this one time I totally forgot about my friend's birthday. Yep. Good. Victor, are phrasal verbs the same as collocated verbs? No, phrasal verbs are two words that go together and they have a specific definition, like break down. A collocation is when you must use this word with this word. For example, A collocation would be, I do my homework. Do homework is a collocation. It's not a phrasal verb. Do homework together doesn't have one specific definition. Do collocates with homework. Okay. Right. Yoon Che says, there was this one time I was studying alone and someone saw me talking to myself. Yep, I've been caught talking to myself. Yep. Griana says, there was this one time I learned 100 adjectives and I got 100 out of 100 on the test. Yes. Nice. Okay. So, I forgot to say, this is part 1, starting a story. We've looked at, did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you about something? And then there was this one time. Let's keep moving. You know, when we tell a story, we're talking about the past. So back when I was in school, back when I was in college, my old job, etc. And again, you are introducing the period in the past. So now you can speak about a longer period. The other two, they were just one story, one time. Now it's over a period of time. Okay. Back when I was in high school, I played the clarinet. This instrument is a clarinet. Back when I was in high school, I played the clarinet. Natalia, it's believed people get smarter when they talk to themselves. Oh, that's good news. I'm going to talk to myself more often now. Good. Helena says, back when I was in high school, really good introduction. Back when I was in high school, I was a cheerleader. Cool. Second example, back when I was in my first job, I had no idea what I was doing. Nope, no idea. Back when I lived in New York, I learned to tune out the constant noise. Tune out. Tune out. This means to stop listening or paying attention to something. So imagine someone moves to New York and before it's loud, they can't sleep. Eventually, they can just tune out the noise. They ignore it. They no longer even notice it. Flavio saying, there was this one time when my umbrella just gave up on life right in the middle of the street during a heavy rain. Yeah, umbrellas can do that. They can just collapse. The wind can kind of blow them inside out. Yep. Snow Monster. Back when I was in high school, I didn't study very well. Yep. Good example. Mohammed says, back when I was a young child, I played handball. Yeah. Love it. Okay. Good. Really, really, really nice. Let's keep going. And the next slide is an announcement, I believe. If I remember correctly, next slide is an announcement. Yes. I'm really excited to share this with you. I've been talking about it in my lives for the past 3 months, I think. So I'm just gonna spend about 30 seconds on this slide, and then we will get back to the lesson. We will. Let me do it like this. Okay, the new platform I've been building is called Gravotion. That name really spoke to me. It's a combination. It's a combination of grammar, vocabulary, and emotion. This was important to me because that is what makes a language. It's not just grammar, vocabulary, there's emotion. So, there's going to be a complete grammar course made from my YouTube videos, and they're all organized from B1 to see one, so you don't need to think about the order. Over 200 downloadable PDF worksheets and practice materials, and a private member community. So if you want to write me a comment, a message, anything, respond to me. It's just for members. The launch is next Monday, and I will be sending links out through all my social media, and you can get more information that way. Today, I just wanted to kind of give you a little sneak peek about Gravotion. Good. Wonderful. I'll answer a few questions. Manuel Arnell, tune out. I am inclined to believe you want to say disconnect your mind. That can be part of it, absolutely. When you tune something out, your mind kind of wanders. You don't hear it anymore. Yeah. Gerhard, hello! Gerhard says, cool, you are amazingly creative. Oh, thank you so much. I absolutely love creating this stuff for you. I'm really excited to share this, and I will give you more information. This is just a sneak peek today. Good. Okay. Dalton says, let's go. Gravotion is coming. Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. Rainy, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Now, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. Again, starting a story you won't believe. And I think a lot of you already know this vocabulary, you won't believe, but I want to start hearing you actually say it, actually start using it. So grammatically, we normally do this. You won't believe who, what, where, why. And again, you are introducing a surprising story. Remember, the best way to tell a story in English is to get started, and this really sets the tone. You won't believe. And let's do it like this so you can really read. There we go. Let's look at my examples. You won't believe who I saw walking his dog. It was Matt. You won't believe this. You won't believe what Julie said to me. You won't believe it. You won't believe where our headquarters is or are moving to. Headquarters. Headquarters. Headquarters is always spelled with the S. It's always plural, even though it's one building or one location. It's always spelled with S, so it looks like plural, but then again, it's just one place. This is why grammatically we can say headquarters is or are. They're both fine. I know that's weird, but the headquarters are, the headquarters is, they're fine. They're fine. Definition. Headquarters means the main office. McDonald's headquarters is in Chicago. So you have the main office in Chicago and then all the different restaurants around the world. You won't believe where our headquarters is are moving to. You won't believe why he quit his job. You won't believe it. Good. Mela says, you won't believe what my teacher said to me. Ooh, I want to know. This is a good way to start gossip. Ooh, you won't believe. If someone says that to me, I'm like, I'm listening. Tell me everything. Good. Helena says, you won't believe who called me today. Yeah. Marcella, you won't believe what happened to my grandma while walking through the park. Ooh, what happened? Yoon Che says, you won't believe what my crush said to me. Ooh, I want to know. Was it a good thing or a bad thing? Honey says, you won't believe what happened in my old school. I suddenly fell asleep in front of my teacher teaching. Luckily, it was online. It was an online class, and my teacher didn't see me. Ooh, that's lucky. Maria, you won't believe this. I met Messi in a coffee shop, and I was so nervous. Really? Ooh, cool. Elvira, you won't believe who I ran into at the nearby supermarket. Ben Affleck walked right up to me. Yeah. Phoenix, you won't believe how she behaves to me. You won't believe how she behaves or how she treats me. Good. Nice. You won't believe Arnell started to watch Monsters. Yeah, Monster. I started it. It's creepy. Good. Okay, I'm gonna quickly check out the poll before we move on. Yeah, B's winning for sure. This format is much more popular. Thank you. If you haven't voted in the poll, do it now. The more feedback I get, the better. Thank you. Okay. Let's keep going. Great. Short, sweet, simple. Guess what? Guess what? And the pronunciation is guess, not guess. The U is silent. Guess. Guess what? I'm about to say something interesting or tell you news. And generally in a conversation, we do this in English. Guess what? What? You know, sometimes saying what can be rude. Like, what? What? But in this exchange, it's common. Guess what? What? That's kind of a natural back and forth. Let's look at the first example. Guess what? What? I got the job. Second example. Guess what? What? I ran into my old teacher at the store today. So, Elvira ran into Ben Affleck. I think Elvira said that. And I ran into my old teacher. Good. Run into someone. Another phrasal verb. Phrasal verbs are everywhere. To meet someone you know unexpectedly. Is this planned? No. Are you surprised? Yes. So here we have two people. Hey, what are you doing here? Oh, no way, you're here too? This is to run into someone. Sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it's not nice. Sometimes, you just run into someone you really don't want to see. Rainia says, I don't have to pronounce the T at the end of what? Right. A lot of words in English that end with T, they are not stressed. We don't need to say what. We kind of swallow that sound. What? Eat. Sat. That's sat. Sat. Any like that T ending, a lot of times we just swallow the sound. Gerhard says, guess what? I'm participating in Arnell's live lessons on Facebook. Yes, exactly. I want you to tell people that. Guess what I did yesterday? Guess what I did? Guess what? I attended Arnell's live. Yes. JML, Arnell, all of these expressions are to get someone's attention, aren't they? Yes, I put this collection together because a lot of things, these are expressions that can get someone's attention and they're very natural. Because a lot of ways to begin a story you already know, like, what did you do yesterday? Oh, my family and I, you use the past simple, you use the past continuous. So these expressions in today's lesson, they're natural ways to get a story started. But yes, you're right, they kind of grab someone's attention. Manuel, it was me who was wearing the whole day with my shirt inside out. Let's move on to the next example. Guess what? What? I accidentally wore my shirt inside out all day. Inside out. The definition is, The inside part is on the outside. You know, you can see your tag. Your sweater is inside out. How are your jeans inside out? Is that even possible? Mela, ooh, good example. Guess what? What? I got a boyfriend. Yeah, that's a good way to use guess what. Dream Dazzle, big fan from Pakistan. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Helena, guess what? I joined Gravotion. Yes, I love that example. Absolutely. Nice. Maheen says, guess what? I got 100 out of 99. Maheen, I love it. Switch them around. I got 99 out of 100 on my exam. Griana, oh, I thought it's an Inside Out t-shirt that you're talking about. Right? Because, Griana, Inside Out, that's a Netflix movie, right? Inside Out, I think. There's a movie, like a cartoon called Inside Out, I think, but Inside Out also just means your clothes are the wrong way around. Ooh, this is a good example. It's not just about clothes, exactly. She turned the bag inside out to find her keys. Yeah, you can do that. You turn it inside out. Elvira, guess what? I bought a new computer. Yeah, that's news. Guess what? She has terrible cooking skills. Ooh. Nice. Phoenix says, back when I was in high school, ooh, good way to begin a story. Back when I was in high school, twice I wore my long pants inside out. At that age, I felt so embarrassed. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to put on pants inside out, but it can happen. Yes, it can happen for sure. I'm trying to think of the last time I wore something inside out. It's happened. Yeah. At one point, I would have done that. If that happens during a live lesson, just let me know in the comments. Good. Love it. Okay, let's keep going. So we've looked at starting a story, and the next part is continuing a story. Right. There's a lot of information on the slide, but I will break it down. Let's look at the top part here. We have the first action and the second action. These here are really, really common to introduce the second action. Instead of saying and, you want to give yourself a bit of variety. And then, after that, a few minutes later, a few hours later, a few days later. This makes your story a bit more interesting. Let's look at this example. We got to the restaurant. That's the first action. We got to the restaurant. And then they told us our reservation was for the wrong day. Oh, how frustrating. She apologized, first action, and after that, things went back to normal. So sometimes students say next. You know, it's more natural to say and then or after that. I sent Daisy a message, and a few minutes later, she called me back. A few minutes later, she called me back. A few hours later, a few days later. A. The museum guards started telling everyone to evacuate the building. Evacuate means leave because there's an emergency. You have to evacuate. Maybe there's a fire. Maybe there are some criminals in there. Evacuate the building. And B is curious. And then what happened? It's like, tell me the second action. Ooh, Honey has a good example. I watched teacher Arnell's live lesson. Very good. A few days later, I passed my English test. I got 85 out of 100. Exactly. Yes, 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 yes. Helena says, I thought about him and then he called me immediately. Very good. I love it. Grana says, I went to my campus. Then, that also works then. Then I realized that I forgot to bring my laptop. Ugh. Yeah, you gotta go back and get your laptop. Mila says, I always watch Arnell's videos and then I joined her live on YouTube. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Patricia. Olivia broke up with Jorge. And breakup means end a relationship. After that, she got with Vincent. Oh my God, what a drama. That is just some drama happening. Dan says, guess what? You won't believe. Great, 2 expressions from today's lesson. Guess what? You won't believe some people think that wearing clothes inside out brings luck or fortune. Really? Is that true? Some people think that's lucky? Huh. Piano First, hello! Higher now, Grovotion sounds good. For what level is it? Thank you for asking. It's for B1+. If you can understand my lessons, then you can join Grovotion. So the grammar course covers topics from B1 to C1, and then the notes for the other lessons are notes for my YouTube lessons. So if you understand my videos, then you're the right level for Grovotion. I hope that helps. I hope that answers the question. Amir says, did I ever tell you about the time? Yeah, I love that you're using an expression from earlier. It doesn't matter where we are in the lesson. Use one of the previous expressions. Did I ever tell you about the time my language didn't improve? Right. Yes, it's true. The people believe in this. Wow, I never heard that before. Right. Good. Manuel, of course we understand your videos. Why not? Right. Okay. And then the last example here at the bottom, shortly after tells us the first action. All of these here, first action, and then the second action, and the last one here, shortly after. This means a small time, maybe a couple minutes. Shortly after we arrived, it began to snow. Shortly after I left the house, I ran into my teacher. Good. Phoenix says, I read the book about ghosts before I go to bed, and then I cannot sleep at night. Ooh, I know what you mean. If I watch something creepy, or if I read something scary, yeah, every little noise makes me jump. I'm like, what's that? What's that? Yeah, I'm the same. I really shouldn't watch or read anything creepy before bed. Rainia, can we join Grovotion now? Or there are some things left to go over? Oh, thank you, Rainia. The links will be sent out next Monday, so you can join on Monday. And I'm also going live next Tuesday to talk about it. So let me quickly do this. Okay. I normally go live every other Wednesday. So I have my live lesson today, and then in 2 weeks, I'll have my next live. But next Tuesday, I'm going live just to have a casual chat about Grovotion. So if you're free, if you want to just say hello, if you have any questions, you can ask me. The topic will be Ask Me Anything. You can ask me questions about my life. You can ask me questions about English. That's great. And then I'll just tell you about Grovotion. So Rainia, it is ready, but I'm just going to give the links to join out next week. Okay. Good. Let's keep moving. Dalton says, shortly after I left the house, it started to rain, and then I got my umbrella or the umbrella, the rain stopped. Oh, that's always the way, right? That always happens. Good. But Monday was like 2 days ago. Brianna, next Monday, where's my calendar? The 27th. Yeah. So next Monday, I will launch it. I'll put posts all over my social media. And then Tuesday, I'll go live. So if you have any questions, you can ask me live. Yeah, I want to make sure everything's clear for everyone. Okay. So we're on part 2 now. Part 2. Continuing a story. We've already looked at starting a story, lots of expressions to start a story, but let's continue a story now. Wait, where was I? This is what people say when they lose their train of thought. They lose their train of thought while speaking and want to get back to the point of the story or explanation. To lose your train of thought is an idiom. It means to lose focus of what you are talking about. Imagine this track here. That's your story. You're telling something. And there's a train. The train's kind of lost, right? Wait, where was I? What was I talking about? Did I forget what I was saying? Wait, where was I? Here's an example here. So I walked into the meeting and everyone was staring at me. And then there's some sort of distraction. Imagine your phone rings or you look out the window. There's some sort of distraction and you lose your train of thought. Wait, where was I? Oh yeah, the presentation. So everyone was staring at me and ... So you can say that in the middle of a story. Wait, where was I? Marcella, we can make it plural. Absolutely. Wait, where were we? What were we talking about? What? How did we get here? Yep. Manuel, it's me when I'm telling a story in the middle of it. What was I talking about? Exactly. This happens to all of us. We're talking and somehow our brain just shuts off for some reason. And then it's like, wait, where was I? Exactly. Maria, wait, where was I? I lost my train of thought. Exactly. You lose your train of thought. Train of thought, as in like an actual train. I think because thoughts are connected, so we're not really talking about trains, but our thoughts are connected. And if that disconnects, we kind of lose our train of thought. Yun Che says, you won't believe this, Arnell. Nice beginning. I had an English conversation with my classmate, and that's the phrase I was looking for to continue our conversation. Perfect, exactly. It's very natural. We can say, wait, where was I? I lost my train of thought. Yeah. Piano phrase is run into the same as bump into. Yeah. Absolutely. You run into someone or you bump into someone. They're both the same. They're both great. You can choose which one you like. You won't believe who I bumped into. You won't believe who I ran into. Both are great. Yeah. Phoenix, hey, please keep quiet. Okay, where was I? Exactly. Oh, Don, I lost my mind. Where was I? Ooh, in English, when we say, someone loses their mind, it means they're going crazy. So in this case, I lost my mind. Where was I? Doesn't quite work. We can say, oh, I forgot what I was saying. Where was I? Julia says, wait, where was I? I had brain fog and I couldn't think off the top of my head. Yeah. Good. Nelson says, wait, where was I before discussing the student's question? Yeah, where were we before the interruption? Wait, where was I? Nice, you guys got it. You guys got it down. Okay. Shirley, wait, where was I? I forgot what I said. Yeah, this is common. We do this. Perfect. Let's keep moving. What slide am I on? 9. Oh, I gotta speed things up. This is perfect for me. Long story short. Yep. Perfect slide to go to next. Part 3, wrapping up a story. This is our final part. I think I have maybe 4 or 5 more slides. Wrapping up a story. Wrap up something means to end a story, to end work, whatever you're working on, to end a project or to end a speech. It's 5 o'clock. Let's wrap things up. It's time to wrap things up. I remember when I was a teenager, I would be on the phone for way too long. So my parents would say to me, Arnell, wrap it up. Like, end your phone conversation. Wrap it up. So that's what this part is. We're wrapping up a story. You were telling a story, now you're wrapping it up. Okay. Long story short. This is such a common one. I really like this one. It just speeds things up. Long story short. Let me make this long story short for you. I'll get to the most important part. This blue part is the original story with all the details. Look how long it is, this blue part here. And then we have this here. Original story, you begin. You know, you can kind of see the listener is getting bored or it's just not interesting. Long story short, and then you give a little summary. You can see it's much shorter than the original story. And we do this a lot because we don't need those details. Sometimes a story is just boring. I spent all day looking for my keys, checking every room, and even asking the neighbors. Long story short, I found them in my jacket pocket. You can see this person kind of just summarized everything. Don't worry. Long story short, I found them in my jacket pocket. I wore 2 different shoes to work by accident. Long story short, no one noticed. I don't want to tell you about the whole day. Maya says, long story short, in a nutshell. Yeah, summarize, in a nutshell. Natalia, in a few words, exactly. Patricia says, I looked everywhere for my purse the whole day. Long story short, it was with Artemis the whole time. Exactly. Yes. Maria, long story short, extremely difficult for me. Right. Yeah. Mila, after all, long story short, I will have a new life after December. Yeah. Good. Jaco, long story short, we got lost but still made it to the wedding. Exactly, yeah. I'm in a hurry to cut to the chase. To cut to the chase and make a long story short, I'm traveling on November 24th to Mallorca. See you later. Yeah, good. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna briefly check the poll. This is the last time I'm checking the poll, and then we can really get through the next few slides. Okay, so far there are 180 votes. I love it. If you haven't voted, vote now. Big note, smaller camera really is winning. Yeah. Okay. Right. I must stay focused. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking. I really will. I gotta wrap up this lesson. It's almost been an hour. I gotta wrap this up. How many slides? Ooh. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's not give up now. I know there's been a lot of information today. Ever since then, this really has a feeling it's the end of a story. Ever since then. Look at my timeline. We have the past and the present. Something happened in the past. We don't know what it is. Something happened, and it still affects the person now. Imagine person A tells you about a car accident they were in, and then they tell you, ever since then, ever since the accident in the past, I don't like driving. You can really see the past action still affects the present. Ever since then, ever since the accident, I don't like driving. That's really a nice way to wrap up a story. Ooh, I have to give a special shout out to Paul. Hello from Canada, Arnell. Paul, it's so great to have you here. Hello. Paul is another teacher. He's another amazing grammar teacher. You should check him out if you get a chance. Yeah, good to have you here. Good. Thank you, Paul. Next example. Person A tells you a story about how they met their partner. You know, their husband, their wife, whoever. We've been together ever since. So ever since can also go at the end of a sentence. Ever since that moment in the past. Good. Elvira, thank you so much. Yeah, great live lesson as always. I enjoyed it. Now I will be able to tell my stories in many different ways. I love that I can expand my vocabulary based on your videos. Thank you so much, Elvira. And thank you for always being here. Yeah. And I'm happy to hear that. Truly, that really makes me happy when you write these comments that my lessons are helping you. It's just wonderful. Thank you. Paul, sorry I can't usually join your live streams because of the time difference. I know we have that problem, don't we? Because Paul's in Canada, I'm in England. There's just a really difficult time difference. Good. Honey says, ever since the live lessons, I never fail in English. Yes, that's a good example. I love that example. Jaco, he failed once. And ever since then, he's been working twice as hard. He's been working twice as hard. And Elson, ever since then, I found your first video. I keep sticking to it. Ever since I found your first video. Ever since I found your first video. Okay. Whew, let's speed up. Sorry, guys. I have to pace my lessons a bit better. We need to keep going. Okay, this one here is kind of a funny one. It's always used sarcastically. Aren't you glad you asked? Aren't you glad you asked? This is used in a humorous, meaning funny, or sarcastic way. This means, my story or explanation was very long. Are you happy you asked me? Here we have a son. Dad, why did you become a carpenter? And a carpenter is someone who works with wood. They build things with wood. And then the dad tells his whole life story. After that, the dad can say, aren't you glad you asked? So if you tell a really long story and you know you were talking way too much, you can say, aren't you glad you asked? Aren't you happy you asked me that question? Good. Sometimes I feel like that in a lesson when a student asks me a question, I'll be like this man here, blah, 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 talk. I'm like, oh, aren't you glad you asked me that grammar question? Marcella, is it sarcastic? It is sarcastic, isn't it? Exactly, it's sarcastic. You know, we're not being serious. Aren't you glad you asked? Okay, Last slide. You guys have had so much patience, but we're on the last one. Short and sweet, and that's that. Used to end a story or explanation. And this one's special because it means there's nothing more to say. You're kind of like, and that's that. And that's that. I've decided to quit my job. I've handed in my resignation. And that's that. I don't have anything else to say. There's no more details. That's that. Good. Marcella, period. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Period. Person A tells you why they aren't going to the office Christmas party. A continues, after what happened last year, I just think I'll have more fun staying at home. And that's that. No more details. No more explaining. And this phrase can feel a bit strong sometimes. Sometimes it's a bit strong. My words are final. I've made a decision, and that's that. Period. So we can see the first emoji here, and that's that. That's that. Or, and that's that. So it depends on your tone of voice. Yeah. Dalton, I've decided to learn English grammar, and that's that. Exactly. You don't need to explain it. I know why you're learning grammar. Everyone needs to learn grammar. It's perfect. And that's that. Manuel, and it is what it is. Exactly. No solution. It's just, that's everything. Shirley, I love Arnell. And that's that. I love that. Yes. Perfect. Okay. I've really tried to get through these last few slides, as you can see. I'll end on this here. Dates to remember. Monday 27th, next Monday, is the Grovotion launch. So I'll be sending out all the information on all my social media. Be sure to check my Facebook, Instagram, YouTube community, wherever you follow me. And then the 28th, next week, I'm doing another live lesson. Ask me anything. Ask me whatever questions you want and learn more about Grovotion. So I hope you can join me same time as usual. Yeah. Good. Dalton says 20th and the summertime in your time zone. Ooh, good question. No, let me check right now. I don't know. Time change UK. I should know this. No, oh my God. My time changes the 26th of October. Oh, Dalton, thank you for reminding me. Oh my God. I'm glad you brought this up. Oh, this Sunday, the clocks change. Because for me, the clocks go back 1 hour. Oh, I'm not sure. Guys, I'll need to think about it. For me, it's the same time. If it's the same time for me, it might be different for you by 1 hour. I will schedule my live with the new time, so you should know soon. If you check my channel under live videos, the next one will be scheduled soon. Oh, Dalton, yeah, thank you for reminding me. Ooh. Okay, that's something for my to-do list. Okay. Perfect. That is everything. Thank you so much for being here today. And we've gone through a lot. We've really gone through a lot. Let's see. Yeah. All these slides. So if you want these notes in a simple PDF, join my channel and then you can download these notes immediately. Well, give me a few minutes to upload them and then you can download them immediately. Good. JML, what is Grovotion? Please, thank you for asking. Gravotion is my new platform that I've been building since summer, so it's been a while. Gravotion is a combination of grammar, vocabulary, emotion, and this is where I'll be hosting my grammar course. All the PDFs for my live lessons and my normal lessons will go on there. There'll be a private community, and I plan on adding more and more to it over the years. Yeah, for a long time I'll be adding more and more content so I can give you more because YouTube is kind of limited. Yes, good. Wonderful. Have a great week. It's Wednesday. I'll see some of you next Tuesday, and I will schedule the live soon so you can see what time it is. The clocks do change this Sunday. Thank you, Dalton. So have a great week. See you next week.